The biggest lesson, the biggest piece of advice that I could give to anybody at the start of their journey is the inner work is going to come up. And that is what helps us to shift, up level, and align into the version of ourselves and the reality that we want to experience. Hello gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video, I wanted to do a fun video for those at the beginning of their manifestation journey, or maybe you want to reflect on the things that you wish you knew before you started your manifestation journey with me. But today's video is all about the things I wish I knew before I started my manifestation journey. And I just wanted to share some tidbits, some inspiration, and some things that I wish I knew, because the manifestation journey can seem quite daunting when you first begin and you think there's so many things to do. How am I going to manifest all my dreams? So this is the video for you if you are new to the law of attraction process and you want to know the things that I wish I knew a decade ago. I have been manifesting for over 10 years of my life now. So as you can imagine, in those 10 years, I have gone along a lot of journeys. I have learned a lot of things. It's my purpose. I write books on it. It's my business. So I've learned so many things, which I want to share with you, condensed into 6 powerful things I wish I knew. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 3 times best-selling manifestation author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Aligned Abundance. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 10 years. So the first thing to kick us off that I wish I knew at the beginning of my manifesting journey is that we've always been manifesting. It's not something that we just switch on when we become spiritually awakened or we discover manifestation. We have always been manifesting and always will be manifesting. We are manifesting every single second of the day. It's not something that we can just switch on or switch off, but obviously we can consciously manifest or unconsciously manifest. So one thing that I wish I knew at the beginning of my journey is that I have been manifesting throughout my whole life, whether it's been for good, whether it's not felt so good, I have been manifesting. So we are always co-creating. The law of attraction, which is manifestation, one of the 7 energetic laws of the universe, is a law. It just exists. So we are always co-creating in our life and creating our experiences. So I know with that, it feels a huge pressure of, oh my gosh, well, if I am co-creating everything and I am creating my life, it can feel like a pressure. It can feel like a big responsibility. But I see it more as accountability rather than a pressure of, think about, if things haven't been feeling good, if things haven't been going your way, think about how that can shift so powerfully by having a positive mindset, by putting positive intention towards what you do want and working through any limiting beliefs and fears that maybe have contributed to experiences that didn't feel so good in the past. So you have the power to change things for the positive. So from here on out, it gets better because you are consciously co-creating the life of your dreams. So don't see it as a big pressure and don't see it as a scaremongering thing either. The one thing that I feel scared me the most at the beginning was almost that responsibility of, my life and co-creating my life with my thoughts, with my energy, with my vibration. But just remember, not every thought manifests, not everything manifests into our world. It is what our consistent vibration and energy is that does manifest. It's our identities, it's who we are. So I feel like there is almost a fear of, oh my gosh, well, if every thought that I have is manifesting something, I can't think anything negative or have any negative thoughts. And as we know, this just simply isn't true. We do not live in a world of instantaneous manifestation. We have between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day. Not all of them manifest. What does is our consistent, persistent vibration, identities, and beliefs, who we are. So really think about who you are and who you want to step into as you go along your manifestation journey. Which leads me perfectly into the second thing I wish I knew. Manifestation is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not something that just stops. It's not something that, just ends when you manifest your vision board. Manifestation is a way of life. It is a journey of self-discovery, a journey of inner work, a journey of so many beautiful discoveries within yourself and within life, with the universe. So one thing I wish I knew is that actually I was going to go along a big old spiritual journey, even with manifesting, and that gets to be beautiful too. So remember, it's a journey. at the end of the day. So even when you are manifesting your desire, you're going along a journey to become and embody that version of yourself who has your desire. And that's a journey too. It's not just about getting stuff or, I'm going to set this intention and then it's just going to arrive. You go on a journey with each and every manifestation. Some of those are going to be longer journeys, some of those are going to be shorter journeys. But at the end of the day, you go along a journey of discovering, of becoming, and evolving into the version of yourself who has that dream life, which gets to be really exciting too. Number 3 is every desire is different and will require a different version of yourself. So this talks more about resistance. So the reason why I wish I knew this at the beginning of my journey is because I think we can kind of assume that every single manifestation will take the same level of action, the same level of effort, the same level of intention and energy, and that's just simply not true. Depending on our resistance, depending on our beliefs, our mindset, every single desire in our life will require a different version of ourselves, will require different energy, different intention, different time. So don't treat every manifestation as the same. Treat it as individual and treat it as what it is requiring from you here in the present moment. And what do I mean by requiring a different version of you? Well, as we know, manifesting is stepping into and embodying the version of yourself who has your desires. So this is why it is a journey. You go along a journey to become that version of yourself, the energetic frequency, that energetic alignment to match with the manifestation, the reality that you want. So you will step into a new version of yourself because you might work through limiting beliefs and fears, which means your mindset's going to up level, which means your energy and frequency is going to up level. So you will step into a new version of yourself with your desires. And that is so awesome. And I look back at all of my different desires over the years, and I think it's just so magical to witness that transformation and witness the person that I was becoming with each manifestation. So every desire will be different and it will absolutely require a different version of you each time. Next up, the thing I wish I knew at the beginning of my journey is inner work. Specifically that identities, beliefs, our mindset shape everything, but also our nervous system. So the biggest lesson, the biggest piece of advice that I could give to anybody at the start of their journey is the inner work is going to come up. And that is what helps us to shift, up level, and align into the version of ourselves and the reality that we want to experience. So I don't like to, say that the inner work has to be bad or it has to be scary or it has to feel heavy. It actually doesn't. Sometimes it can actually be quite fun to do the inner work. So every belief is going to be different. Every person's going to be different with what they're unpacking, what they're bringing to the table. So don't just assume that the inner work feels heavy or it's going to be a lot, because you actually don't know what it will be until it comes up. The inner work is always manageable. The only things that ever come up in inner work is what is ready to be released. It's not just going to be like a whole lifetime of stuff just suddenly appears. It always comes up in layers and what you can handle. And that is the one thing that I really love about inner work, is that it is what is coming up for you in that moment. And that's all you need to sit with. And when something else comes up, you can sit with that too. You can then lean into that. So healing and the inner work is definitely like an onion. You peel it back layer by layer, it comes up layer by layer. But the reason why I wish I knew this is because I think I spent so much time, especially in those beginning few years, on practices, on tools, on doing things to make my manifestations appear quicker or be more effective, when I've realized and really embodied and integrated, and this is why I teach it left, right, and center in my own work now, that my beliefs, my identities, and who I am is so much more powerful in the manifestation process than how many things I'm doing. Because if I'm doing all those things, all those tools, and the thing is, tools are fantastic, but they're actually there to get us into the frequency, identities, beliefs of our manifestation. They are tools to support us. The tools are not actually what gets us there. It's our energy. It's who we are. It's our conscious aligned decisions and actions that we take. So we are the ones that manifest our desires. The tools just help us to get us there sometimes. So I think I always put so much focus on the doing, the tools, the things, when actually when I focused my energy on me, my energy, my beliefs, my mindset, my inner work, miracles happened, and quickly, and big shifts happened. So I wish I knew that at the beginning of my journey, because then I wouldn't have wasted so much time on obsessing about practices, and how many practices as well, when actually manifestation has nothing to do with the amount of practices that you do. It's all to do with how you feel and who you are. And I did also mention nervous system work as well, so I do want to talk about that quickly. That the nervous system is such a powerful portal into manifestation. If your nervous system, your body, does not feel safe enough to receive and hold your desires, it will do everything in its power to push it away. I have a fantastic introduction video into the nervous system work and manifestation that I will link below for those of you who are curious about learning more. But the nervous system is almost like the final integration of inner work. So if you are in the inner work, don't panic too much about, oh my gosh, now I have to look at the nervous system. Allow it to be what it needs to be for you. And if you feel called to work with the nervous system, highly recommend it. But I wish I knew right at the beginning of my journey that manifestation is all about feelings. So the more that I could feel safe, the more that I could heal my trauma, heal and release the things within me that was stopping me from being in alignment and stopping me from being the version of myself who had those desires or who I wanted to be. That was where the gold was. That was where the money was. That was where the quick, shifts and huge transformations were in my life, was regulating my nervous system, doing the inner work, and really focusing on what blocked me from being who I needed to be to manifest those desires. So it should be no surprise that my fifth thing I wish I knew at the beginning of my manifesting journey actually is about doing less. I used to focus on all the doing, whether it was aligned action, or forced action if you are someone who goes 90% of the way. And I was too focused on action and doing things and doing more than really focusing on energy and alignment and actually doing less. I always say manifesting is actually about doing less. It's not how many times you can say an affirmation. It's not how many times you can do a practice. It's all about energy and frequency. So if that one practice gets you into perfect alignment, one practice is all it takes to manifest your desire. Or you could do a practice 50 times and manifest your desire. There is no right or wrong with it, and there's no rhyme or reason with it. It is all about energy. So focus on doing less. A lot of the time we're doing way too much. We're cluttering our energy field. We are obsessing about practices, thinking that they are the secret to manifesting and that that's what's going to get our desire. And it's not. It is your energy. It's who you are. So if you are someone who feels overwhelmed, stressed, like you're doing so many things, take them off your plate. Get rid of anything that doesn't feel in alignment, anything that doesn't feel fun, anything that doesn't bring you joy, anything that feels like a chore. Get rid of it now and only do the things that light you up, raise your vibration, and genuinely feel in alignment. The things that bring you closer to your desire, not further away just because it's a task or an action or whatever. So doing less is one of the big things I wish I knew at the beginning, because I feel like we can just run into manifesting, do all the things, want to do all the things. And I think, there is a great time and place to do that, which is my next point. But you also need to witness when you're doing too much and when you're just doing things for the sake of trying to manifest something instead of doing them out of intention and knowing that it is really contributing positively to your energy and vibration. And as I've said, manifestation is all about energy and alignment. So the more you can focus on energy work, the more you can focus on alignment within yourself, first of all, and your desire, that's the secret sauce. That is what is going to get those manifestations moving quicker. So focus less on the hows, focus less on the doing, and focus more on the feeling. Focus on more of how you're feeling, your energy, your vibration, because that is where the secret is. And my last thing I wish I knew at the beginning of my manifesting journey is just start. Don't think about it too much, just start. Get out there, set some intentions, whether they're big intentions, small intentions, it doesn't matter. Start manifesting. Ask the universe, set those intentions, and try different things out. This is why I said earlier that it's actually a good thing sometimes to try different modalities, because you find what works, you find what fits, you find what feels good. You also discover what your manifesting superpowers is. I'm going to link that video down below for you because it's something that I just feel is not spoken enough about in the industry around your manifesting superpower. Some people I know absolutely hate vision boards, cannot stand them. It feels so deflating to do them, not fun. And that's because they're not visual manifestors. Whereas I could get them to write down their manifestations and they could write me essays, they could write pages, books of things on their manifestations and their desires. So it's really important that you discover what your manifesting superpowers are. Are you a visual manifestor, an audio manifestor, a writing manifestor? There are so many different kinds. You can obviously have a couple of them as well, but it's important that you do try different tools and exercises to learn what what feels good, establish what your routine feels like, and what brings you closer to your desires, what gets you into the field and frequency of abundance, of manifestation, because those are the things you're going to want to turn to, and they're going to be valuable tools in your spiritual toolkit. So if you were someone who's just starting out and you're like, Emma, I've got absolutely no idea where to start, I'm going to pop you my ultimate beginner's video, which includes my 5 law of attraction steps that are going to help you move through the process, and also the best tools and modalities to start with. So if you are new, I have got your back. Go watch that video below of the perfect place to start. But just start, get going, put yourself out there, set those intentions, because if you're not asking, you're not going to be receiving your beautiful desires. But I really hope this video has helped you. I hope it has given you some insight into the things that I wish I knew at the beginning of my journey, and it's given you some inspiration if you are at the beginning of your journey of where to get started and what to focus on. So hopefully me sharing these has cut through a lot of the myths, and you can just get straight to the goodness and straight to manifesting abundance into your life. But I would love to know, what are you manifesting into your life? What would be the first thing you want to call in? Or even if you have been manifesting for a little while, what are you calling in right now? I would love to know and love to celebrate with you. So pop it in the comments below and affirm it, and let me know what you are going to start off with in your manifestation journey. Where are you going to start? And if you are at the beginning of your manifesting journey, don't forget I have a whole playlist here on my YouTube channel to get you started and show you all the best places to start and what to do. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free law of attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things law of attraction and spirituality. I hope you have the most incredible week, whatever you are up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love.